Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Kent City Council meeting for May 20th, 2025. If you could please all rise and join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Kim, could you please call the roll?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Mayor Ralph.
Here.
Council President Kaur.
Here.
Councilmember Boyce.
Here.
Councilmember Boyd.
Here.
Councilmember Fincher.
Here.
Councilmember Larmer.
Here.
Councilmember Michaud.
Here.
Councilmember Troutner.
Here.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Item number 3 on our agenda is the approval of the agenda. Are there any changes this evening?
None from staff, Your Honor.
Okay. Seeing none, a motion would be in order to approve the agenda as published.
So move.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. That brings us right down to public communications. We have several items this evening. The first one, Council, for your attention, is reappointments to the Parks and Recreation Commission. We have 2 members, Elizabeth Carter and Matthew Morgan, that are currently serving and have applied for reappointment. That is on the consent calendar, and my hope is that Council will confirm both of those reappointment, both active, very active and engaged members. And I know that Julie and the rest of the Parks team are very grateful for their willingness to continue to serve. The next item we have 2 proclamations this evening, and the first one is a proclamation for Jewish American Heritage Month. And joining us this evening is Max Potoshnik from the Jewish Federation of Greater Seattle. Max, if I could have you join us up at the podium. I am going to read the proclamation, then we will do a picture, and then I'll have you say a few words. And I want to start with, just for the public, Max and I met about 4 years ago at a pretty trying time for a lot of us, and I cannot tell you how grateful I am for your guidance and leadership and just willingness to provide advice and an understanding ear. So I am really grateful that you are here tonight, and we'll go ahead and read the proclamation, and I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you.
So it says, whereas in 1654, when the first Jewish immigrants arrived on the shores of what is now the United States, Jewish values, culture, and contributions have shaped our character as a nation. For generations, the story of the Jewish people, one of resilience, faith, and hope in the face of adversity, prejudice, and persecution, have been woven into the fabric of our nation's history. And whereas Jewish American Heritage Month was established in 2006 to recognize and celebrate the generations of Jewish Americans who helped shape our nation's civic, social, economic, and cultural life, and whereas the American Jewish community has grown to over 6 million, representing approximately 2% of the American population today. And whereas Jewish Americans have made great contributions to our country, from service in government and military to creating great works of art, members of the community, past and present, can also be credited with adding to the education, medical, and corporate practices across the U.S. And Jewish Americans with diverse racial and ethnic identities enrich every part of American life as educators and entrepreneurs, scientists and athletes, activists, community leaders, classmates, co-workers, neighbors, friends, and more. And whereas despite all this, Jewish Americans still face acts of anti-Semitism in the form of harassment, violence, and intimidation in their day-to-day lives. These actions are never acceptable, and the City of Kent stands firmly against acts of hate. And whereas the city encourages our community members to honor Jewish American Heritage Month by learning more about Jews and anti-Semitism through reading a book or watching a film, visiting a museum such as the Holocaust Center for Humanity, attending a cultural event, or volunteering with a Jewish philanthropic organization, or reaching out to a friend. I'm going to add that in there. Now, therefore, I, Dana Ralph, Mayor of Kent, do hereby proclaim May 2025 is Jewish American Heritage Month in Kent, Washington, and encourage all residents and elected representatives to recognize and commemorate the important contributions that Jewish American people have made to our country, communities, and the City of Kent.
Thank you. So let's take a quick picture. Okay.
And then I will turn it over to you.
Great. Okay. Is this, can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Great, okay. It's so far away, it must be very high tech. Thank you.
Misleading.
Yeah. Thank you, Mayor Ralph, and for that introduction as well. I was remembering how oftentimes relationships are not formed in the best and greatest of times, and so I'm grateful for the relationship and the collaboration that we've been able to build and the relationship with the City of Kent from a few years ago. I'm just going to share a little bit about my personal experience and what this means to our Jewish community today. I grew up here in this area. I'm a fourth-generation Puget Soundite. And my whole life growing up, I only ever had the privilege of connecting to Jewish peoplehood through joy, and I had pride about sharing about holidays and customs with my class and with my friends, and this was the Jewish peoplehood that I grew up with. When my husband and I got together, he's here tonight with me, and he's not Jewish, and we talked about what it would be like to create a Jewish home and raise Jewish children. I always thought about what the joy of that would be like and sharing the joy of Jewish peoplehood. What I didn't think about was what a reality would look like today when anti-Semitism is at record levels. Here in Washington State, incidents of anti-Semitism have increased over 300% in the last 4 years. And what does that look like? It looks like our family being afraid to put up Hanukkah decorations outside our house for fear of being identified as Jewish. It looks like having my daughter who has a shirt with the Hebrew alphabet on it, not feeling comfortable with her wearing that out in public, not knowing what would happen. And as she enters kindergarten this fall, asking questions that I never thought I would ask about what does Jewish safety and inclusion look like for kindergartners in this school district. As a community, we've gotten more calls about incidents of anti-Semitism in the last year than I did in the last 9.5 years that I worked at the Jewish Federation. And so why do I share this? I share this because celebrating Jewish joy is so important in times of pain, as it is for any community, but it's really hard to celebrate culture and heritage and contributions and all of these amazing things when our community members are living in fear. And so right now, just two things that I want to share more than anything that we're grateful for your support. One is supporting a strong democracy. The systems of democracy here in this country have allowed Jews to be safe and protected along with so many other marginalized groups throughout our nation's history, and that is deeply important to the Jewish community today. And the second thing is that right now the Jewish community needs leaders like you, and that's why this resolution is so meaningful and affirming, to stand up and say unequivocally to your Jewish friends, your neighbors, and your colleagues that we see you, we believe you, you belong, and you are safe. And that is what I'm grateful to be able to take back to our community and what this resolution is sharing with them tonight. So thank you very much.
All right, we have one more proclamation this evening, and joining us to accept this is our Deputy Public Works Director, Kelly Peterson. This is our proclamation for National Public Works Week. So think about all of the things that keep our city moving every single day. Kelly, I'm going to go ahead and read the proclamation. We'll do a quick picture, and then I'll turn it over to you. So the proclamation says, whereas the City of Kent recognizes that the men and women in Kent who provide and maintain public works infrastructure, facilities, and services are of vital importance to sustainable communities and the health, safety, and well-being of people. And whereas such facilities and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals, engineers, managers, and employees from state and local government and the private sector who are responsible for and who plan, design, build, operate, and maintain the transportation, water, wastewater, drainage infrastructure, and facilities, and who deliver solid waste services, transit, and fleet services which are essential to serving our residents. And whereas it is in the public interest for citizens, civic leaders, and children in the United States of America to gain knowledge of and maintain an interest in and understand the importance of public works programs in their respective communities. And whereas the theme for National Public Works Week 2025 is People, Purpose, Presence, which highlights the 3 cornerstone ideals that motivate public works professionals to serve in their communities every single day. Now, therefore, I, Dana Ralph, do hereby proclaim May 18th through 24 of 2025 to be National Public Works Week and urge all our residents to pay tribute to our public works professionals, engineers, managers, and employees, and to recognize the substantial contributions they have made to our national health, safety, welfare, and quality of life. Couldn't have said it better myself. One more time? Yep.
Thank you, Mayor Ralph, members of the council. On behalf of the men and women in Public Works, I just want to say thank you. As we work together to build our community and serve our community, one of the things I'd like our public to know is that the men and women that are out there 24/7, 365 days a year, when you turn your water on, that's our staff. When the water goes down the drain, that's our staff. The traffic signal's working to help you get to every place you go in our community as we build that out, that's our staff. There's environmental programs. There's planning, there's all sorts of work that goes in to help build our community. So thank you very much. It's been an honor to watch them over the last 25 years serve the community. So they do a wonderful job.
Thank you. Thank you, Kelly. All right, the next item on our agenda is Living Well Kent and the Kent Farmers Market. And I would like to invite my friend Shamso Isaac up to give us a little preview of what is to come for our farmers market this year. Looks like Shamso and friends.
I can't do all this work without my team. So, yeah. So thank you so much. Thanks for inviting us tonight, and we are happy to be here. Thank you so much, Mayor Ralph, and council members, all of you, the work that you do for our community, and we're grateful that you are in our community. My name is Shamso Isaac. I'm the Executive Director of Living Well Kent. I'm here tonight with my team, Issy, who is our Farmers Market Manager, Claudia Cortez, who is our Operation Director, Hora Abdullahi, who's also helped our farmers and farmers market, and also she's our developer. So Living Well Kent has been here in the community since 2014, so this is our 11th year that we're doing community work. So this year we took and the support of our farmers market. Living Well Kent is pleased to manage Kent Farmers Market. We are grateful for our partnership with the City of Kent. So thank you so much for partnering with us. The market this year will start June 14 and it will end September 13. It will open 9 to 2 p.m. I invite each of you in the community and all of you to be our, that are here tonight as a guest, to come to the farmers market and the community that are watching us. So on the 14th, which is June 14th, the day that we open the market, we will have Mayor Dana Ralph, who's gonna do the ribbon cutting, which has been also tradition since we started our market many, many years ago. And I would like to invite all of you to come and do the ribbon cutting with us. So what have we done so far? So far, what we've done is we have 350 signs that we all distributed to Kent. We have also created a website that is just specific to Kent Farmers Market that people can go and they can see, they can get application for vendors. They can also see the map. So we have, those are the things that we have done so far. And we would like to also thank our friends, Lions, who has run the market for their leadership and their passion to run the market for the last 25 years. This market has existed before Lions, I think, and it still exists. And we are happy to be the one that took the initiative to run the market. So as Living Well Kent is doing the operation, I want to tell you it's a lot of work, and it takes a lot of resources and funding, but we are happy to take that as it's important to our community. What else we have done? So we did a lot of awareness in the community. We have created banners. I would like all of you, if you don't mind, to come down and take the picture with the banners with us so we can distribute to the community. What else have we done? We've done so much. We also want to let the community know that this year we are, so far we have about 35 vendors listed with us, right? That confirmed they come into the market. We still need more vendors to come, so if you can let the community of businesses know that we need more vendors to come to the market. We will have the market at the same spot that has been happening for the last 25 years, so the place didn't change. We might change a little bit about how we operate, which is a little different than the way that Lions have operated, so we want to make it more community-centered. We want to have more food trucks that we are asking to come to Kent so we can have an area for the families and the children, and we will have entertainment that we will have every year, every Saturday. We'll make sure that it's not too loud for the neighbors, but we would like to have music, food, and fun for the market. I would like all of you, please, to invite everyone that you know to come to the market. It takes a village to raise a child, so it takes all of us to make our community and Kent more vibrant and welcoming for everyone. So with that said, I would like to have a photo with all of you so we can use that for our promotion.
Perfect. And Shem, so really quick, the location. So downtown Kent, 2nd Avenue.
Yes.
Okay.
Downtown Kent, 2nd Avenue, and you will see it at the banner, so it will say 2nd and Gow. So it will be same spot. What else did I forget?
Okay. Perfect. I just want to make sure. And starts June 14th.
It starts June 14th to September 13th, and it will be 9 to 2. And we have its own website this year, so this is something that we have done differently than before. So it's not, even though Living Well Kent is running the operation, but it has its own website, so people can go in, and our vendors will be all highlighted in the website.
Do you have the website address?
Yes, the website will be kentfarmersmarket.com.
Perfect.
kentfarmersmarket.com. You can also email to info@livingwellkent.org or info@kentfarmersmarket
Farmers Market at LivingWellKent.
at livingwellkent.com. So we will be sharing all of that so everyone can see it. But we do need everyone in the community to make sure that we all have a market that we all proud of, because Kent is one Kent. So we.
Thank you. All right. Councilor, do a picture. Down there, or?
start with her first. Thank you. Okay, right here. 1, 2, 3. Lovely, thank you. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Love it. 1, 2, 3. One more for me, please. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, so we are all very much looking forward to the farmers market this year, Living Well Kent at the helm. But I would be remiss if I did not say thank you so much to the Lions Club for the last 25 years of the amazing downtown market and the vendors and the flowers and the food and all of those things. So thank you so much to the Lions Club for taking that on and for now passing it off to Living Well Kent. So. All right. It's a really good segue into the next item on our agenda, which is community events. Council President.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have events happening here at Accesso Shower Center. Accesso Shower Center hosts a variety of exciting community events for everyone to enjoy. They have cultural celebrations, family shows, concerts, and sporting events. So on May 28th, they are hosting a Bloodworks Northwest Mobile Blood Drive. May 31st is our Kent International Festival. And June 14 is PAW Fest. June 21st and 25 is AEW Presents Collision and Dynamite. July 15 is Baby Metal. And July 17 is Cody Jinks Hippie and Cowboys Tour. And with that, back to you.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Troutner.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The Kent Drug-Free Coalition is hosting a drug awareness, prevention, and education event on Wednesday, May 28th at 5:30 p.m. at the Kent Commons. The event will focus on youth substance use prevention and mental health awareness. Information will include vaping, marijuana, fentanyl, alcohol, mental health, and more. We will have experts there that will talk about youth substance use trends, signs and symptoms of youth substance use and mental health concerns, how to talk to your kids about substance use and mental health, the parents' role in youth substance use prevention and mental health awareness, and you will hear from parents who have been impacted by youth substance use. Law enforcement will also be there to tell you to look for, and it's kind of cool. We're going to have a room set up where it kind of mimics a young person's room, and we will have some things in there that parents can walk through and see what some of young people are using now with substance use. In the schools. So it's a really informative event. I highly recommend it to anyone that's just interested. It also gives you ways to talk to your kids about substance use, no matter how old they are. So thank you.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Fincher.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. On June 7th, we have a recycling event at Canyon Ridge Middle School, and this time we also have a hazardous waste event coming, and that's going to be up at Station 75. That also is June 6th to 8th. Information on both of these is available on our website. And then on the 21st of June, we have the Juneteenth celebration, the annual one up at Morrill Meadows, and that's a free event for everyone. We hope you attend. And just another word on the May 31st, Kent International Festival. It's going to be a day full of dancing, music. We'll have food trucks there, lots going on, cultural booths to learn about other cultures. It's a day to come out, meet your neighbors, learn about the other people who live here in Kent, and enjoy yourselves. So that is it for me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. The next item on our agenda is our public safety report, and joining us tonight is Assistant Chief Kasner.
Good evening, Madam Mayor,
Council President, council members. Chief Padilla is at a conference this week, so I have the pleasure of presenting this report tonight. We will start with 2 swearing-ins of new officers. If those 2 would like to step up to the middle, we'll tell a little bit about them. To the crowd's left is Tristan McDaniel. Tristan grew up in Auburn, graduated from Auburn Mountain View High School, and has a fiance and an 8-year-old son. What did he do before he wanted to be Kent PD? He worked with the Washington Department of Natural Resources as a wildland firefighter. We grabbed him. He also did some construction work, and so having that background is going to, elevate the diversity within the department, give different experiences and perspectives. So we really look forward to that. The reason he chose Kent PD, he was intrigued by a recruitment video, and his choice was solidified by many good things he had heard about the department from close friends and who work with other agencies. So that's a testament to what we project in our department and what the city instills and also wants to attain. So we're pleased with that. Some notable, interesting things about him. His family and him enjoy spending time camping, hunting, fishing, watching movies, Connor soccer games. And he did note an interesting fact about him. He rarely needs to use a step stool. So, so if you need anything, we'll call him. So, Tristan, if you'd like to let us know who you brought with you, you just.
Yeah, back there in the third row is my fiancee Kaylee and her son Connor. A little bit about us. Kaylee grew up in Utah. Connor was born here in Washington, and we live in Spanaway together now. Happy to be here. I'm loving the city of Kent so far.
All right, love it. The audience's right would be Nicholas Long. Nicholas was born in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. The family moved to Washington when he was 2 years old. He lived in Kent for a while and then moved to Maple Valley. He graduated from Tahoma High School, and he has worked pretty much construction in ins and outs up until now. He also was a door-to-door salesperson, loss prevention, underground utility locating survey worker for the City of Auburn Streets Maintenance, and also worked for the Kent Water Department. He also, at the downturn of the economy, decided to go and further his education and attended the University of Phoenix, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice Administration. So that's really nice to help out. Why he chose Kent PD? First, he appreciated how the members of the department carry themselves, and it shows how much they care about the work that they are doing, and everyone he has interacted with in the department has been respectful and encouraging. He could tell that Kent PD is more than just a great team. They treat each other like a family. So again, a testament to what we're trying to obtain and show that inclusiveness and bring in people from the outsides to show them how great Kent is. He's eager to learn and experience as much as he can in law enforcement while growing his ability to perform his duties and serve others in the community of Kent. So again, we're elevating our department, looking for new officers that can carry out our mission and carry out the city's mission. So we're really pleased and excited. Some notable things about him: he's married. They have 3 smart and active children, a son who's 9, and daughters who are 6, and they actually are identical twins.
See that?
They're very active. They like taking road trips, camping. They've seen a lot of our national parks and enjoy visiting them and continue to want to do that together. So, Nicholas, if you want to let us know who you brought with you.
Bigger group. My wife Stacy, my son Chase, Joanna and Gwen, my mom Teresa, my sister Marcia, my father Donald, and then also my father-in-law Butch and mother-in-law Elena. I'm with him. I'm excited to be here. Something I've been striving for a long time. I've had quite a bit of experience in Kent, so I feel right at home. Kind of a little unique thing. I did a community policing. It was like a long time ago. Community police. They did a kind of a class. No, not CELIP. It was like the
Community Academy.
Yeah, for Community Academy, but it was back in, it was like 2011. I have a little coffee cup that I got from there. It was Kent Police, so it kind of came full circle when I got hired. I'm excited to be here, happy. I'm just looking forward to what we experience.
We're excited to have you both. Madam Mayor, would you like to swear them in?
Both raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Nicholas Long,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the United States of America,
to the United States of America,
the state of Washington,
the state of Washington,
and the city of Kent.
and the city of Kent.
That I will uphold the Constitution and laws
That I will uphold the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of Washington,
and the state of Washington,
and that I will obey the rules and regulations
and that I will obey the rules and regulations
of the Kent Police Department.
of the Kent Police Department.
Congratulations. Thank you. Come on over and we will sign the certificates and then come back for photos.
Yeah, if your family want to take pictures.
Yeah, anybody that wants to take pictures, now is your chance.
I love it. And you start here. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Congratulations, welcome.
All right, and then to add to our development in our department, we promoted 2 new sergeants last week, which was very good for us. They both come with varying experience throughout the department and years of experience as well. So we promoted Sergeant Lavisa Dvorak, 18-year veteran with the City of Kent Police Department, has held a various amount of jobs recently coming out of detectives. And also Sergeant Chelsea Pribble, who has 7 years with our department, also out of the detective unit, bringing experiences from past as well as what they developed here at Kent. So we're very excited to watch them grow and develop into our new supervisory cadre as we move forward. So a lot of good stuff, new people coming on, former people that are still here growing and achieving newer heights. So looking forward to that. I have 2 other items that I'd like to add to the report. One, we're continuing a thorough investigation into the death at the City of Kent Correctional Facility. Toxicology results are pending, and that's what's taking so much time, because we don't control that. The second is traffic school has been reinstated. If you go to the City of Kent website and you go to the police department portion, there's a tab for traffic school. It'll give you what the requirements are, how to apply, the steps to go through, and frequently asked questions, which are very helpful. And if you still need trouble or still have trouble and have questions, there's a message line you can call and get more information. But that's back up and reinstated and running, so that will be an added bonus to the community as well as ourselves.
Assistant Chief, can you explain a little bit about the benefits of traffic school?
Yes, so.
Why would someone want to spend their Saturday or evening attending traffic school?
Traffic school is a refresher on maybe the violation that you committed. Driving is hectic in this part of the region, and we understand that, so we want to give people an opportunity to learn, and then that way they can coincide with the other drivers on the road and be safe. And so if you do get an infraction that meets the requirement for traffic school, you can go through the curriculum, be re-educated, and learn where you made the mistake or the mistake was made by someone else. And therefore, it will be deferred off your record, and it does have an impact on your insurance rates. So it's a win-win for everybody. It's a win-win for the city. It's a win-win for the police department, as well as an education piece for the violator that took place, and then insurance in the end. All wins.
Well said. I share a personal experience. I may have had a young driver in my house at one point in time that called me from the side of the road and said, "Mom, I think I just got a ticket." Thinker did. He actually did. Traffic school was an option, so that meant he got to keep his driver's license because Mom's insurance did not go up, and it was the last ticket that he got. And it's been a long time. So as a family, very grateful for that. And it's that opportunity to acknowledge that we all make those mistakes once in a while, and sometimes a refresher is in order. So really glad to see this as an option that's back.
That is all I have tonight. Do you have any other questions?
Any questions? All right.
Okay, thank you for your
Thank you. Okay, we are going to move on to reports. So each one of our council members not only serves on this council and has the meetings that you see here, first and third Tuesdays of the month, but they also are a part of regional and statewide committees and groups. And what that means is that the City of Kent, our voice and our residents' voice is being represented at all levels of government here in our region. It means when policy is being set that has an impact on our residents, that we are bringing that Kent perspective, and when there is grant opportunities, that we are also at that table to make sure that we are putting our best foot forward when those grants become available. I have just a couple of things on my report this evening. First one is I'm a member of the Regional Policy Committee, group of King County council members and city electeds. Our presentation this last week was on the upcoming EMS levy, so that emergency services levy. It will be on the ballot in, let's see, we've got parks in August. The EMS levy will be on the ballot in November, and so this is a renewal for those fire and aid services. One of the data points that I think is important to share, you have a higher likelihood of surviving a heart attack in the King County region than nearly any other place in the country, and it's because of the quality of service and the policies and procedures we have in place with our Medic One here. So we had a presentation on that. We're still working out the details on what that levy looks like. It is a renewal. But there is a potential that renewal amount will go up. And so as that is finalized through the King County Council, I will keep you posted. A couple of other quick things I want to highlight. Today I had a chance to go over and check out the refresh or remodel of the Kiwanis Tot Lot number 4, which is just over here on Crow Street. Fantastic new play equipment put in, some great activities while we were over there, taking some pictures and checking out the park. There was a little boy from the neighborhood and his mom that came, and as we were talking, she said every day for the last many months he's been walking by the park saying, "Is it open yet? Is it open yet?" And she was so excited today when that park was officially reopened, and he hit every single piece of equipment. And I may have done what felt like kind of risky things playing on some of that equipment. So check it out. A lot of fun, great investment in the neighborhood over there. Last thing I want to highlight, last Thursday I had an opportunity to attend the Pediatric Interim Care Center annual fundraising luncheon. So PIC, just right here to the south of us, they are a very unique organization here in our community, and their goal and purpose is to take on care and responsibility for infants who are born addicted to drugs. They've been in our community for several decades now, and it's nurses and doctors and volunteers that hold those babies, care for those babies, and get them through that withdrawal period. It's, as you can imagine, something that is horrible for any infant to have to go through. And they also then follow the families. So there are a lot of kids right here in the Kent community that have been adopted, that have been taken care of. And I had a chance to meet a girl who was 18 years old, and she was at the luncheon and was a baby that had been taken care of at PIC. Really, really proud of the work that PIC does and the important role that they play for our state. The devastating news that I learned at that luncheon is that the state, who has funded them for many, many years, has drastically cut PICS funding. They have about 1 year's worth of operating revenue available, and they are needed in this community more than ever. I'm very disappointed that the legislature made that decision. If you are so inclined, check out PIC's website and see if there's a way to help. That's far too important of a service in our community, and the number of lives that they have saved and babies that are now healthy and thriving is it's incredible. And like I said, just really important. I think that as a community, we rally around them and support. So that is the end of my report. I'm now going to turn it over to Pat Fitzpatrick.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Quick report on the housing code update. Council has heard a number of presentations from Kristen Holdsworth from ECD about the housing code. You've gone through with her a number of workshops, answered questions. Preparation of that ordinance is in the works right now. We have a deadline to meet that is quickly approaching. Our staff is working tirelessly to get this finished. ECD, Law, Public Works, others, and we will have that to you at the end of June. I can tell you that we are going to hit this deadline when many other cities are not going to. We have been receiving feedback from the community, and they are very excited. They feel like the council has really hit the mark on this ordinance. It's going to come to you. It's rather long, so you will have a lot to review, but we will be bringing that to you at the end of June, and we will get that done on time and put away. So that's what I have for tonight. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Council President.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I serve on 4 different regional committees, and I did have a meeting from King County Domestic Violence Regional Task Force. We met actually here in our council chambers on May 13. I attended the meeting virtually, but I know that Chief Padilla and Sergeant Meyer were here present, and they highlighted our partner project, Be Free. This year, Kent will be doing Purple Light Nights. It's citywide awareness on domestic violence, and it will be on September 25th. So there will be more information coming out for us. Puget Sound Clean Air Agency Advisory Council, I serve as the chair for that group. We also met last week, and there was a lot of updates on air quality improvement, and we had a presentation on comprehensive climate action plan, and that information will be in our council newsletter that comes out tomorrow. I also attended Junior Olympics 2 weeks ago on a Saturday, and we had the opportunity to present awards to our outstanding young athletes from our Kent schools. It was a great event. I attended Scholarship Night by Kent Community Foundation, and they gave out $131,000 worth of scholarships to our students here in Kent School District. And there was a large celebration happening at Shower Center last Saturday, a Khalsa Day event, and I'm grateful to Councilmember Troutner and Mayor Ralph here who attended the event with myself. And more information and pictures on that will be in the newsletter and all the events that I attended. With that, I'm going to go ahead and get started with Councilmember Troutner.
Thank you, Madam President. I am chair of the Puget Sound Regional Fire Authority Governance Board. We have a meeting tomorrow evening. I also sit on the Regional Transit Committee, and we meet tomorrow afternoon. I was very busy this past weekend, and that information is highlighted in our council newsletter, so be sure to take a look. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilmember Troutner. Councilmember Michaud.
Thank you, Madam President. I serve as the Parks Subject Matter Chair, and a couple of weekends ago we had some volunteers at North Meridian Park doing some volunteer work for the Green Kent event there, so thank you to all those who were there. There's another event coming up in June, and you can search online for that. I also was at the Junior Olympics, Youth Track and Field Junior Olympics. I want to thank all the recreation staff and all the coaches and the volunteers for making that event go well. Also this weekend we had the youth fishing experience at Old Fishing Hole. It was well attended. I saw some very large fish. There were some kids coming out with like a huge bag full of fish, which is not always the case. So I think it was a good year. I know that Madam Mayor and Councilmember Troutner also attended that. The Human Services, I'm the Human Services Council Liaison, and our last meeting we had a group of students from the UW Evans School of Public Policy. They're working on their master's degree, and they did their project on Kent. And their work set out to identify recommendations for the City of Kent Human Services to leverage its strengths and partnership opportunities to meet the long-term needs of residents. And you can read more about that in the council newsletter. I also attended a Hops and Cops event at Hart Bar. That's a great event. We have them periodically where you can meet up with police officers and talk to the chief. And also there was the bike rodeo this weekend, which there will be pictures, it sounds like, in the council newsletter as well. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilmember Michaud. Councilmember Larmer, please.
Well, I'm glad Councilmember Michaud was so busy because I actually serve on the King County Aging and Disabilities Advisory Council, and we did not have a meeting. I'm also the subject matter chair for Economic and Community Development. We do not have any agenda items tonight, so I yield my time to the rest of my colleagues tonight.
Thank you, Councilmember Larmer. Councilmember Boyce, please.
I'm going to yield some time, too. I feel bad. My council member been out working me the last couple of weeks. But how I do sit on the PIC committee, which is part of SCA. We did talk about the EMS levy. A lot of discussion, but no decision on that yet. So, and that's all I have, and I will yield my time as well.
Thank you, Councilmember Boyce. Councilmember Boyd, please.
Yes. My council members, I guess they've forgotten about, we had event at the fire station with the teddy bears. Yeah, we had a great time there. I thought it was interesting and fun. Watch the kids get their bears treated for high blood pressure, dementia. No, it wasn't none of that. But we had a real good time there. And also, we did the hookies and cookies. It was great. The cookies were good. Met a lot of people there. Met some new friends. Had a wonderful time. And also, I sit on the hazard waste management program, and we had some takeaways from that meeting. As a matter of fact, the meeting was today. We were talking about PFAS. And for people who don't know about PFAS, PFAS is also known as the forever chemical. And the reason why they call it a forever chemical, because PFAS they're a group of synthetic chemicals that do not break down naturally in the environment or in the body. They're called forever chemicals because of their persistence and the fact that they can't remain in the environment and in the human body for extended periods of time, potentially for life. The big picture from that was that they have been linked to serious health concerns, and something that we're really looking into. We're trying to find, we will never find a remedy for it, but we're trying to find ways how to decrease the use of PFAS and chemicals and clothing and medical devices and what have you. Another thing we talked about was our partnership with the University of Washington. We helped pass a budget there, providing that together we're going to be improving a common scientific tool so that we can better detect PFAS in homes and businesses out in the field. They came up with a new tool. The abbreviations are called XRF. It's a tool where they can actually take like a hand wand and wand it over a piece of material or a liquid or a person and detect PFAS in this person. And they're working on that tool right now. We're trying to do more research and studies within that tool. And also we talked about our community-focused research. We're studying real-world risks with people like with PFAS in cookware. Because PFAS is found in cookware. People don't know that. You think it's just lead, but there's PFAS in it too. And like I said, PFAS is a forever chemical. It never goes away. And we're working on ways on how we can eliminate it or decrease the impact of PFAS. And Madam President, that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Boyd. Councilmember Fincher, please.
Thank you very much. Arts Commission, reminder that June 4th, over at right across the parking lot, Centennial Gallery, we have the summer art exhibit going on. So you'll get to meet the artists, you'll get to see the new art that not only that the city purchases, but art that will be shown throughout the year, or art by artists. There will be additional art coming throughout the year from them. But all of that will take place on June 5th, and that is 6 to 7:30. There'll be refreshments, all sorts of fun things going on. Public Works on June 5th at 10 a.m. has the celebration for the roundabouts that are on Reith Road. So that ribbon cutting will be taking place. So you're welcome to show up and enjoy that. Mental Illness and Drug Dependency Advisory Committee meets on Thursday. King Conservation District will not meet until next month, along with going to Hops and Cops and the Teddy Bear Clinic. I also was able to observe the DUI court. Between our DUI court and our community courts, those are two gyms that we hold that not every place does. It's a value to our community and to the region, and I am more convinced than ever of their value and the service that it gives to not only the individuals, but also to the families in the community. More information on my activities is in my report.
Thank you, Councilmember Fincher. Councilmember Boyd, do you have something to add?
Yes, I forgot to add too, PFAS is an abbreviation for polyfluoroalkyl substance, so PFAS. That's what it stands for. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Boyd. And Madam Mayor, as you can see, we're a very busy council, and back to you.
All right. Thank you, Council President. Moving on in the agenda, the next item we have is a public hearing on the 2026 through 2031 Transportation Improvement Program Resolution. We will now hold a public hearing on the 2026 through 2031 Transportation Improvement Program. Staff will give a presentation, and then I'll invite the public to provide testimony, written statements, and other evidence. Public input must relate to the subject of the public hearing, and council members, you may ask questions during the presentation. If you are here to testify on this matter or present written statements or evidence, please sign up with the city clerk at the front table. With that, we are going to go ahead and officially open the public hearing on the 2026-2031 Transportation Improvement Program, and I would like to ask David Payne to make the presentation. Good evening, David.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Council President, Council members. Good to see you. David Payne, City Transportation Planner, tonight presenting on the public hearing for the TIP update for 2025. This will be covering the 6-year period 2026 to 2031. So first we'll start with a review of the schedule that we undertake each year. Then we'll review the outreach and involvement that we undertake, and then proceed on to a summary of the projects with details of each ones that will be both removed and added to the TIP. So the first is our schedule that we follow each year. We started off in January with a presentation to council in Committee of the Whole, with the briefings and project nominations. Moved on in February to staff updates and materials on the recommendations. Then in March, we held a month of public outreach and engagement, virtual and in person, that I'll summarize on the next slide. We made revisions in April based on comments we received, presented again to the Committee of the Whole, and here we are in May for the adoption. So as the cycle that we follow each year, we have outreach and engagement, summarized on the slide on the left with some of our typical outreach and engagement venues: engage.kentwa.gov, both the Land Use Planning Board and Kent Bicycle Advisory Committee, Kent Bicycle Advisory Board presentations, and we've also got a poster that we post prominently at the Kent Commons on the right. These are also available online with the QR code at the upper right. You can see the collaboration list, summary of the symbols and the different advisory groups that we consult with in the preparation of the TIP update each year. And then a summary, a visual of where do our plans come from. In the top of the slide there, they come from our comprehensive plan, the transportation master plan, or any adopted plan by the city that has a transportation element, including the local road safety plan. So this is the process where we take the concepts from those plans and advance them into the 6-year window, where we can then pursue grant opportunities and proceed with consultation with the public on advancing those projects through project development. So there are 6 projects, 5 that we're removing from the TIP this year as completed, and I'll go through they're represented by the images on the right. I'll briefly summarize each of them. The first at the top is the 132nd Avenue Southeast pedestrian improvements. Those were from Southeast 228th Street to Southeast 240th Street. That was phase 4, and those were project projects that were funded in part through a partnership with the Transportation Improvement Board. You can see the ribbon cutting ceremony in the image on the right. Project number 2 is an East Valley Highway Preservation Project. That was between South 196th Street to South 212th Street. That was funded in part through partnership with the Puget Sound Regional Council. I say partnership, it was a competitive grant that we went out and competed for and beat our competed successfully for. Number 3 was the 108th Avenue Southeast and Southeast 264th Street Compact Roundabout, shown at the right. Number 4 were 3 road diets awarded through the Highway Safety Improvement Program projects from 2020. Those were located on Smith, 4th Avenue, and 260th/259th Place. And then the final project, you can see it in the image at the lower right, 104th Avenue Southeast RRFB Enhanced Crosswalk with the mountain just peeking just above the trees there. So this is a summary slide of the proposed projects for the 26 to 31 cycle. And this is a summary image of the 6 projects, and we'll go over each of those in detail in the next slides. But this shows where they're roughly distributed. 4 of the projects are safety-oriented, and then 2 are multimodal referenced. The first project is the Kent BNSF Railway Corridor Crossing Safety Study. This is a partnership between the city and BNSF, but it's also, we have funding commitments from Sound Transit and Amtrak to help provide the local match, to help us evaluate 8 crossings for potential improvements and prioritize potential grade separations in the remaining 8 at-grade crossings of the BNSF railway. And we hope to get underway on this project later this year. It's also funded through a Federal Rail Administration grant, Reconnecting Communities. Railway Crossing Elimination Grant. Slow down. 2 safety projects that Council accepted funds for earlier this year. They are both on Pacific Highway, Pac Highway SR99. The first is for a PHB crossing at between South 244th and South 246th, roughly parallel to South 250th Street. You can see in the lower left-hand corner, at left. And then also an SR99 Pac Highway pedestrian hybrid beacon at the 2500 block, shown in the lower left-hand corner. And last 2 projects for multimodal connections. The next stretch of Reith Road, just to the east of 259th Place. This would be between Military Road and 38th Avenue South. Would be adding multimodal connections by repurposing the shoulder for sidewalk and bicycle accommodations. And then the last project that we're recommending be added for this year's tip cycle is for Military Road South walking path. And that would be for a continuous pedestrian facility from South 272nd North to South 264th Street. There are a number of community facilities along that stretch of road. There are 3 pairs of transit stops. There's the Glen Nelson Park, of course, and Puget Sound Station 73. And with that summary, I'm happy to answer any questions or take any comments on the proposed ads for the 2026-2031 TIP.
All right, thank you, David. Council, any questions? All right, I feel like, as your very first slide illustrated, there's been a lot of conversation with both the community and council getting to this point, so thank you for that. At this time, I would ask Kim, do we have anybody signed up to testify?
No.
Okay, and any written testimony submitted?
None.
All right. With that, we can bring the public hearing to a close. Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Public hearing is now closed. Council, any discussion or debate on this item? Okay. Seeing none, then a motion would be in order to adopt Resolution 20. Oh, Councilmember Fincher.
I just wanted to say I love everything in there, especially that last slide. And I just look forward to us being able to forward this work as we go through these. It's going to take some time, some years, but I look forward to the work getting done.
All right. Is there a motion to adopt Resolution 2088?
Madam Mayor, I move to adopt resolution number 2088, adopting the 2026 to 2031 six-year transportation improvement program.
Second.
I've got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All right, seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations. Thank you very, very much. Next item on our agenda is public comment. Kim, do we have anyone signed up?
We do not.
All right. Moving on to the consent calendar. The consent calendar is a compilation of items that the council has had an opportunity to receive presentations on, ask questions, have debate, discuss with staff, things, and as they have moved through the process of both workshop and or committee of the whole, they've passed out of the committee of the whole without any controversy. We have items A through E this evening. Is there a motion to adopt the consent calendar?
So move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Item number 9 is other business. We do not have any this evening. Item 10 is bids, and we do not have any bids or an executive session. So that brings us down to the end of our agenda. And with that, I'd like to say thank you to everyone for joining us this evening, and we are adjourned.